Alright. Doing this off the cuff, no script. Where I come from, we don't need a script. What is up, girlfriends? I said I would try and do it in that one, and how I responded to the rampant fucking hate that I got for the video talking about Republicans trying to kill people, kill trans people. And they're not stopping. They're not stopping, so why should I, right? So, if you didn't see, Missouri passed a bill essentially banning gender-affirming care, all gender-affirming care for everyone, not just minors. You know how when they said that, think about the kids, it's just the kids, just you could be trans, just keep the kids out of it. It's not about that. It was never about that. Okay, when Michael Knowles went up on stage on CPAC and he said we're going to eradicate transness, they mean it. They mean it. And if it means killing them, if it means taking the best form of treatment we have for them, taking that away from them, increasing their likelihood of suicidality, I mean, to make an omelet, you gotta crack a few eggs, I guess. But yeah, they passed a law. I think it's passed now. It's not just on the table. It's passed. Gender affirming care for everyone is banned. Which is like, you can't phrase this as conservatives care, Republicans care. They care. They just care so much. They just want what's best for you. They just need love and care. You know, that's all they need. They just need to find God. Well, you can't like take away gender affirming care and not supplement it with anything, because that's why I think it's malicious. That's why it seems and appears and quite frankly is malicious, because you're taking away the best form of treatment they have and not supplementing it with fucking anything. And you expect everything to just work out? Like what evidence, what data is there to suggest that it just works? It just naturally just works itself out. There's no data. There's nothing. There's no studies. I haven't seen or heard of it. There's literally no data or research to suggest that just taking away treatment for gender dysphoria it just sorts itself out. That's not what mental illness does. The mental illness isn't something that just kind of sorts itself out. No, it's something. A lot of mental illnesses, I understand some of them can be cured, but the deal with a lot of mental illnesses is that you're not looking for a cure. You're looking to learn how to live with it. Okay, so I got diagnosed with major depressive disorder, I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago. I still have it. I still have my moments. I still have that. I still have major depressive disorder, but I've learned to live with it through cognitive behavioral therapy and stuff like that. That's the treatment that I got was, you know, it was really discovering the issues that were creating that depression, creating that cycle and those feelings. And I learned that through cognitive behavioral therapy. And someone in the comments, some people who are just uninformed about psychology seem to think that, you know, because cognitive behavioral therapy is used for a lot of treatments for psychological disorders, that you just use that on everything and it just works, right? If that really was the case, then why do the medical professionals and the psychological professionals, why do they recommend gender affirming care? Why do you think? I mean, wouldn't they just say, just do CBT and then you'll just be fine? Like, no, it's obviously the issue is a bit more deeper than that. You know, gender dysphoria, like depression, is a biopsychosocial, it has biopsychosocial influences. Basically what that means is that how you get gender dysphoria, how you get depression, it can be biological, it can be social, it can be like a cultural thing too, like a or a cognitive thing as well. It's just like maybe an event happened, a traumatizing event happened, and it's kind of your brain is just set and wired to think like that. That's cognitive, right? It can be that. It can be those things. The CBT isn't always the solution to these kinds of things, you know. And I'm saying this mainly in response to the person in the comments to my community post seems to think that CBT just cures everything. No, it fucking doesn't. If it did, gender affirming care wouldn't have existed if it was the case. If people just simply grew out of gender dysphoria, like, and with just minimal CBT, like, we wouldn't have gender affirming care. What fucking point, what fucking reason is there to have that? You know, what reason is for us to have antidepressants? Even though a lot of people with major depressive disorder are helped with CBT. They're helped with CBT. I mean, there's no cure, but if we were to stretch the definition of cure, I would say I'm cured of major depressive disorder. I know how to live with it. I know how to fight it. Okay, I know how to fight it. I know what I need to do as an individual to mitigate those experiences, those negative experiences. I know what I need to do to mitigate those things, and they work for me. With that, consider, like, that doesn't work for everyone. Some people need SSRIs to help their. Some people need antidepressants, medication to help them through that process, and a lot of the times it works. A lot of the time those medications, as bad as a rap as they get, I mean, they get that bad rap from conservatives who are the same people that saying they're putting lead into vaccines and it's making magnetism with your fucking skin. Well, I don't know why you're listening to those people, but sure. Let's just lobotomize the whole frontal lobe of our brain and just think like a fucking retard for a second. Antidepressants have shown, modern antidepressants, I understand the history is a bit like shaky. It's a bit like kind of like, how did that even fucking happen? But modern day antidepressants, like the whole system that we have, it helps people. It helps people. Some people need antidepressants to help them through those moments, those day-to-day moments. And it's no different from people with gender dysphoria. They need hormone treatment. They need gender affirming care. And some people seem to think gender affirming care is just the surgery, like towards the end of treatment. Like, no, the fuck it is not. No, the fuck it is not. Okay. The surgery, for number one, people aren't getting that surgery within a year of being diagnosed with gender dysphoria. They're not. It takes a long time to build up to that process, to getting that surgery. It takes years and years and years of buildup, especially if they're a minor. They have plenty of fucking time to plan things out, and they have a lot of space to work with, but leading up to the surgery, right? But again, the surgery isn't the ultimate solution. It's not the ultimate conclusion to this. A lot of trans people don't want to get the surgery. A lot of trans people, they still want to keep their junk intact, because all it is just gender. It's in the fucking head. It's not necessarily that, like, they're fine with having a dick, but they want to be perceived and live as a woman, as they are, right? As that's their internal perception, because that's all gender necessarily is. It's that internal perception. God, it's like you guys are making me want to fucking go and explain to you this quite frankly basic shit about what is gender. It's actually kind of fucking crazy. Like I don't, oh my god, fuck me. I'm not trying not to drag this video out and going on fucking tangents and shit, trying to explain some basic fucking things that you can just Google it, okay? If you don't see the fucking difference between sex and gender, fucking Google it, okay? It's not my fucking duty to educate you on that shit, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. But anyways, a lot of trans people don't go and get the surgery. They might go and they might get top surgery. They might go and get these other things, right? But a lot of the times they live their lives vicariously as the gender that they are that they are, right? And they live their lives like that, and they're oftentimes are perceived that way, even though they don't have the junk. Because you know why? Because we don't pull people's pants down to check what their gender is, so we know what pronouns to use. Okay, we're not apes. We're not fucking Neanderthals. Okay, like we live in a civilized society. Jesus fucking Christ. And another thing with the whole Missouri bill thing, Florida also passed a bill where they have official genital inspections for students in schools. So if someone's gender is being questioned, they could just pull you in a room, pull your pants down, and just inspect your fucking genitals, because because the liberals are the pedophiles, not the people pushing policies that have unnecessary genital inspections of children. No, but we're the groomers. We're the pedophiles. Yeah, that makes... Ha! I could totally see that law being implemented and nothing goes wrong with it. Nothing will ever go wrong with it, and nobody will ever abuse that position of authority that they are given to inspect children's genitals. Yeah, totally. Holy fucking shit. Jesus fucking Christ. I thought we were about mitigating grooming. Oh, right. It was never about that. It's never about the kids. It's never about any of these things, right? Just a massive, like, I wanted it to be structured, but there's no way to structure something that is inherently nonsensical in its nature. It's just, at the end of the fucking day, the basis of their belief on trans people, it boils down to this. You people, trans people, you defy our culture. You defy what we perceive as what culture ought to be and what it should be. And we want to get rid of that. We want to get rid of you. We want to get rid of that. We don't want people we don't want to see men wearing dresses, all right? Curiously enough, they're fine with women wearing suits, but we don't want to see men in dresses. Right? Fucking whatever, dude. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. I was right. I was right in my assumptions. I was right in my assumptions in that previous video I made about Republicans want you dead. They do want you dead. As trans people, you guys, some of you guys that watch me, they want you dead. They want you dead. They don't want you to live. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to be healthy. They don't want you to be productive. They're taking away everything they possibly can to mitigate that. They want you to have. They want you to feel like you live in an Orwellian hellscape, right? Because at the end of the day, conservatives, modern day conservatives at least, these weren't the conservatives that I was raised around. I was raised around conservatives being patriots, liberty, happiness. We love the founding fathers. We love this country, blah, blah, blah. But time and time again, when you really look at how these conservative actors behave and what kinds of policies they push, you guys are fundamentally anti-American. And that's what this video is necessarily about. You guys are fundamentally anti-American. You stand opposed to everything the founding fathers fucking died for, okay? We have fundamental civil liberties that are endowed to us by the Constitution, by our Bill of Rights, by our Declaration of Independence. We have fought for these principles tooth and fucking nail, okay? And that is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You guys are trying to take away all of that. All of that. And why? Why? Because they're trans. Because they're trans. And they defy your God. They defy your religion. They defy what you see as normal, right? They defy these things. They make you uncomfortable, so you want to go zug mode, and you want to beat them over the head with a fucking rock, okay? That's what it is. That's what it boils down to. You guys aren't Americans. You guys aren't patriots. You guys are fucking traitors as far as I'm fucking concerned. The founding fathers might have been super conservative and traditional minded people, but they were libertarians at the end of the fucking day. They weren't zealots. They weren't these godly figures. They didn't want to be worshipped as gods. They didn't want to be seen as celebrities. They were libertarians. They wanted people to be able to live their life the way they wanted to, as long as they weren't hurting or infringing on other people's fucking rights and liberties, okay? Which, by the way, it's not a civil liberty for you to go outside and not see gay people. It's not a civil liberty for you to go outside and not see trans people. They exist. We exist in the same fucking country. You gotta fucking learn to deal with it, okay? You gotta learn to fucking deal with it. You guys, it took many fucking decades, but you guys eventually learned to live with black people, relatively speaking. You can learn to fucking live with trans people, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. But that's it. That's the end of the video. Not too long, a bit spicy. I hope it was enjoyable. Be sure to leave a like and comment and all that kind of stuff, as it really does help the channel. I'm going to try and remind myself to do that in the middle of the video, because it usually helps in the middle of the video, because watch time and stuff like that, the watch time is biggest in the first like minute of the video, and then it starts plummeting. That's with every fucking YouTube channel. That's with every single one. Oh shit. It's just, listen, point being, if you like spicy people, if you like spicy content, This is the fucking channel to be. This is the channel. This is the channel. I rarely do nonchalant, safe videos. I like being dangerous sometimes. I like pushing the fucking line, and I like making people. I like making the wrong people angry. In the position that I'm at, I like making the wrong people angry. So if you like that, what is it called? There's a word for it. If you like that angst and you like that edginess, drop a like or subscribe or comment. Those things generally help me out in the algorithm. And like I also said in that video, I want to start a community. I want to start a community where any minority group that there is, except for Nazis, for obvious reasons, and 10Ks for obvious reasons. But if you're like a minority and you don't feel like you belong, I really want to try and create that community. I understand a lot of sects on the internet, they do have those sections of the internet that are for those people, but I also want to make my community that too. This is, I don't know what you would call this. Is this really a safe space? Is this channel really a safe space? I don't fucking know. But generally speaking, I want to create a community where people can feel like they belong and stuff like that. But more importantly, that they don't have to take it lying down. They can fucking fight back. I think that's really the core premise that I want to kind of establish my channel on, is that you guys don't have to sit there and take it. Because every time I go into VRChat and I look at people playing the game and I see these Nazis, I see these conservatives come in, I'm lumping you guys together because you guys act in tandem. They go and they bully and harass you, and you guys just take it. And then you just like, okay, whatever. Like, no, fucking fight back, right? Don't let them fucking walk over you, because you're making yourself seem vulnerable, and that emboldens them, that encourages them to keep continuing to do it, because they're getting what you want. They're getting what they want out of you. They're making you uncomfortable. They're making you cry. They're making you upset. Don't let them fucking do that. You can by all fucking means try and do what I do. You try educating yourself on these topics and fucking dunk on them, be aggressive, run circles around them, do everything that you can to make these people fucking embarrassed and feel stupid, and expose them as the real monsters that they are, right? That's the end of the video. Do the shit.